Your humble correspondent here is eating cat shit and wanting to take over the world.
Come on now, laugh and be happy, and the world will laugh with you. When people see you smiling, they can't help smiling too. Say, Fun Brigaders, this is Sheriff John, and I just wanted to join with you and bring you the words of a new song. Tell you all in the Fun Brigade that, of course, the Fun Brigade's made up of boys and girls everywhere who like to have fun and happiness together and spread cheer. So remember, you keep smiling, will you? All right. Come on now, laugh and be happy, and the world will laugh with you.
No talent, mediocre piece of shit.
You smiling,
and I've earned my right to say it.
Help smiling too. When you look out the window to a dark and gloomy day, break out a smile and
you know what?
in a while
I kind of figured Grampy Lobster.
So laugh and be happy.
He's a soulless human being, because we do have soulless human beings in this world. You know, they only have one life. You know, that's it. They only have one life. Only a soulless human being. You know, since Grampy Lobster likes to torture, likes to make everybody live in his misery, because that's what he does. I think it's a programming that he has. Because there are humans on this world that are very soulless. You know, all they do, all their programming is basically they just like to make everybody else's life miserable. You know? They like to make everybody's life miserable. They want us to live in their misery. Basically, that's what Grampy Lobster is. He likes to torture people because it makes him feel good. You know. It's a programming within these soulless human beings, because they only have one life. And after that, when they die, if you look at it this way, you know, when they die, they just disappear. They fade away. That's it. There's nothing to look back for them, because all they are is just endless programming to create misery for others, you know? Yeah, I kind of like see Grampy Lobster. I look at Grampy Lobster. He's an old man that likes to torture other people. I think everything in Grampy Lobster's life, he likes to torture other people, unless everybody else around him been fucking with him. You know, it could be the other way around. Everybody else has been bullying him. You know, so he takes the bullying online. Or either that, and on his off time, maybe he does go around to other people and make their lives miserable. You know? Yeah, what kind of human being that likes to make other people's lives miserable? You know? What kind of human beings do you have? You know, I have to question on why do these human beings exist? Why do these human beings that like to create misery exist, you know? Why do they like torturing people for the fun of it? Because that's what it is. They do it for the fun of it. Like a programming, you know? You know, it's funny, it's like only a miserable person will spread his misery. That's what he does. Only a person that's so miserable, you know, that likes to make people that are different, you know, because he believe he's normal, but you know, in a strange way, I'm not normal compared to his normal, you know, because Grampy Lobster, you know, he thinks he's normal. You know, by bullying people. He thinks that's normal to bully people because he wants everybody else to be like him. We have to be like Grampy Lobster. You know, we have to conform to Grampy Lobster. We have to. It's funny defying life itself. You know, it's funny. I'm about defying life itself. I don't give a fuck what Grampy Lobster thinks. You know, I like to defy life. You know. Grampy Lobster likes to live like a normal person by torturing others in his misery. I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong or right. I don't give a fuck if I'm wrong or right, because that's what he does. You know, that's what he's doing. He wants me to conform to him. I don't conform to him. You know, I will always say no to him. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck whether he's right or wrong. I don't give a fuck whether he's right or wrong. I'm not here to be right. I'm not here to be wrong. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. That's one thing he doesn't understand about me. It's like, I'm not here to be right or wrong. I'm just here to express myself, whether he likes it or not, whether he disagrees or agree with me. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm not here to agree or disagree with nobody. You know? I'm just here to take all this shit off my chest. Take the belief that I believe in this shithole that these fuckers believe in. You know, I mean, you guys live in a negative world. Look at Grampy Lobster. He's perfect for a negative person that he is. For a soulless person that he is, because I don't think he has a soul. You know, I guess for him, if you're in his shoes, he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind not having a soul. You know, he doesn't mind not having a soul. He doesn't mind. He's just an empty shell. I look at Grampy Lobster as an empty shell inside himself, and only an empty shell like him will spread his misery around him. That's what he does. You know, he's just an empty shell. That's all he is. That's what Grampy Lobster is. It's nothing but an empty shell. You know, he's just there. That's all he is. He's just there. And he has no emotions. He has no emotions because, you know, a person that likes to torture other people do not have emotions because they have to take away the emotions. If you understand what I'm saying. You know, human beings do have emotions. You know, I understand that human beings do have emotions. But Grampy Lobster kind of like took the emotions away. So now he's just an empty shell. He's just a robot. You know, that's what he is. He's just nothing but a robot. You know? That likes to be controlled. That wants everybody else to be controlled like him. You know? He wants us to conform to him. We have to believe in these belief systems. Even though he's he doesn't believe. I kind of agree with him because I don't believe. But I do believe that we live in an infinite universe. And everything around us is consciousness. You know? This whole universe is conscious. You know, I realize that the whole universe is conscious, and we are all one with this universe, with everything else. Grampy Lobster is nothing but an empty shell. That's all he is. He's not aware that everything around you is consciousness. You know? You know, everything, even our family. We have family in space. And I'm one with them. You know, I am one with them. Whether you disagree or agree with me, it doesn't matter. That's the way I am. I don't give a fuck whether Grampy Lobster doesn't like what I say, because he doesn't like what I say, because he kind of disagrees. And proof, you know, it's like, this is one thing you gotta understand. You live on a planet, you know, in space. I'm repeating myself. You live on a planet in space, and you're a life form on a planet. Imagine taking a spaceship to another planet. Then you would be called an extraterrestrial yourself. So it shows you how ignorant human beings are, especially Grampy Lobster. He's pretty much ignorant himself because he thinks he's alone in the universe. He's all by himself. There's nobody. He thinks he's the center. You know, humanity is not the center of nothing. I'm going to tell you, humanity is not the center of anything. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck if you agree or disagree. You know? You have to be a dumb fuck. As a life form on one planet floating in space, in a solar system, and here you are, fighting amongst each other like retards. You know, you have to be a dumb fucking idiot. You know, you have to be a dumb fucking idiot to believe in Grampy Lobster.
We'll be right back after these messages. 2020 presidential run. Well, I don't know about that. I'm getting a little age on me now. And now we got Trump in there. Hopefully they won't need me in there. They got Trump in there. And the scary part is that many of them are related to each other. That's even scarier. Got to have the right genes, man. We ain't talking blue jeans either. Have the right genes. Well, Von Helm, we put Obama in there, and Obama was born in Kenya. You said so yourself. And Obama is clearly a black man. Well, what you got to understand, though, is that Obama's mommy was white. And she was tied in with Aleister Crowley and Albert Pike and all them motherfuckers. So, yeah, Obama is related to everybody else. They're all interrelated to each other. Okay? They're all we put this Ortiz chick in there, okay? Dumb as a box of rocks. Why is she dumb as a box of rocks? Inbreeding. Inbreeding does that shit. It makes you dumb. Makes you silly. Okay, that's what causes that. Alright? See, these guys all interbreed with one another, just like the elites do. And it literally causes stupidity. Sorry, but I was an orderly for 14 years. I got to tell you the truth. It does. All right. My first question, and it's an easy one. It's an easy one to answer. How do you rape an nymphomaniac? Can you answer that question? Is it even possible to do? How do you rape an nymphomaniac? I'm being serious. I'm not being facetious. How do you rape an nymphomaniac? You can't, dumbass.
I got that.
You cannot rape a nymphomaniac. You can't do it. It's impossible. Okay? Now, was Andrea a nymphomaniac? Oh, fuck yes. I've got her goddamn messages back there to prove it. I've got her own fucking messages back there on that other computer to prove it. You guys forgot about the backup computer, didn't you? Yeah, you did. I've got all her fucking messages back there. Was my ex-wife a nymphomaniac? Fuck yes, she was. So now, I'll ask again. How do you rape a nymphomaniac? You don't. You can't. It's impossible. You cannot rape the willing, as the saying goes. I mean, us guys used to crack jokes about it, didn't we? Yeah. You can't rape the willing. Andrea was the Energizer Bunny. She was ready to go at the drop of a hat and drop it herself. So was she ever raped by me? No. Now, second point, because I'm going to fucking bury this shit right here, right now. I was the one that took her to the fucking gynecologist. Would I be taking my wife to a gynecologist if I had raped her? No, you dumb fucks. No, I would not. Because why? Because the gynecologist would say, holy shit, Andrea's been raped. They would know what to look for if she had been raped. So, is there any documented cases of Andrea being raped by yours truly, by her gynecologist? No. In fact, her gynecologist said she was the epitome of health. In regards to womanship. Alright? So now, are we done with this fucking bullshit? Listen. Andrea is a mental patient. She does not know what she's saying from one day to the fucking next. She could get on this goddamn interview and say that I got a flying car out in the backyard. Are you going to believe that too? Is that going to be true too? If Andrea in one of these fucked up interviews says I got a flying car in the backyard? They are abusing a mental health patient. How about we condemn them for what they're doing instead of trying to jump my ass with a bunch of fake-ass bullshit? How about we do that? How about instead of bashing Von Helden, how about if we bash the fucking domestic terrorists that are abusing a mental health patient? How about that? Or are you incapable of doing it? I swear I think some of you are incapable. I don't think you can do it. I don't think, I swear to God, I don't think you can do it. You know why? Because if you could do it, you would have already done it by now. Like Bab said, this has been going on for a week. Where the fuck are you guys at? Hiding under a rock? So no, you don't have the stones, man. You don't have the fucking stones. It's just that simple. For you to have done something, right? If you see something, say something. It's just that simple. Just that simple. And it's not hard to call the cops. It's not hard at all. I don't live in the UK. Not hard to call the cops, man. Burnham Buckingham, before I ban you, before I perma-ban you from my channel, let me make this perfectly clear. She was ready to go day or night, anytime. She would actually aggravate the piss out of me. Okay? Now, you're banned. Bye. "100% flat Earth." Yeah, buddy. You got it. Yes, the only rape that occurred when she was married to me was a black man on a Greyhound bus that raped her. That's correct. That's the only rape that has happened to her. It's the only rape that's ever occurred. But I was the one that would take her to the gynecologist. Am I going to take her to a gynecologist if I'm raping her? No, that would be instant suicide. Because the gynecologist would be like, hey, somebody's raping this woman, and you're it. You know? So no. No. Nice try, though, trolls. You know, it's easy to manipulate Andrea. Andrea is very easily manipulated. Her mind is mush. Like I said, if she says in an interview tomorrow, I got a flying car in the backyard, are you going to believe that one too? You know? Was the black guy ever formally charged? You know, that's a good question. I really don't know the full story. I don't know. I know Andrea was talking to a detective about it, but I don't know if she dropped the charges or what happened. I do know, though, that it made the Tennessee newspapers and the news media was on hand. However, Charlie and his KKK people were not on hand. They did not hold a rally. They did not hold a protest. They did not do anything. Nothing. Not one thing. Good morning, Frank. How you doing? Yeah, they didn't do nothing. KKK didn't do shit. Charlie Miller had to know this was going to happen. You know how I know? Because he got the same fucking email I did. They passed the email out. We're going to get your wife raped by a black man. I knew that well in advance. Months in advance, I think it was. It was either weeks or months. They sent me an email, said, we're going to get your wife raped by a black man. Now, how did they know in advance that this shit was going to happen? Because they orchestrated it, you fucking morons. They orchestrated the event. There's no other way they could have known in advance that they were going to get my wife raped by a black man unless they orchestrated the event. Do you fucking understand? And yes, I still have the email. Yes, I do. I saved that son of a bitch. You betcha. I saved it. Yeah, I got your design, Mini Mugen Man. I got it. I got the design. By the way, does her gynecologist confirm that Andrea is an nymphomaniac? Yes. Okay. So, no. The allegation that I raped my wife is total bullshit. Like I said. She says I got a flying car in the backyard tomorrow. Are you going to believe that too? They can make her say anything they want by wording the questions. You know, if you word the question right, you can get her to say anything you want. Especially in the condition that she's in. Remember, folks, she is on 15 different medications a day. A day. Does anyone know about the Mandela effect? Yeah, I do. And no, the Mandela effect is not bullshit. It is legit. Mandela effect is absolutely legit. No question about it. I would do that, disgruntled VHS, but the problem is that I'm no longer her husband, and so I can't really intervene like that. See, if I was still her husband, I could do that. I could call up the place where she's at and say, hey, you know, people are harassing her and manipulating her and using her, and but see, I'm no longer her husband, so I don't have any say so, I don't reckon. So that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, man. But no, I would never rape my wife. Holy shit. Once again, I took an oath to protect the innocent, the weak, and the infirm. I think if I went around raping women, that would kind of throw a monkey wrench in that whole thing. Don't you reckon?
You nothing! You nothing! You are nothing! And you will never be anything. Never! You miserable, mediocre nothing! Shame on you.
Here's the most important question, I think, Vaughn. If she was conniving enough to save a piece of your hair or your broken tooth for 6 or 8 years or however long it was,
she didn't wait 6 or 8 years. No,
just wait.
She submitted it immediately.
Listen. Why wouldn't she do that to someone who had more money, who was actually capable of paying for the child?
No, because that's not how it works.
Wasn't it a trailer?
She had her eyes. She had her eyes on that seat.
That's not how it works.
Right.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. How it works is that the government gives her the money, and then the government comes after me for it. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether I'm rich or poor. That has nothing to do with it.
Let me explain something to Vaughn. I think Vaughn's confused again. I want to explain something to him. Now listen to me. What Nevin is trying to tell you is that if she was going to con a man for that many years and to try and get money out of him, she would have picked somebody who was wealthy. Do you not get that?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your income has no basis. The amount of money I have or lack thereof has absolutely nothing to do with it.
Ronnie, now look, you're confused, I realise. A rich man would be able to provide maybe thousands of pounds a month. You can't even provide 10 cents. So why would she pick you?
Violence.
Come on.
If you're not going to answer, Vaughn, I'd like to play you a song I written about you.
No, thanks, Junk. We don't really want you to sing your song.
Come on, it's a good song.
No, please.
It is a good song.
Banjo playing, nothing.
Play it on my lute. He heard it already.
I don't want to hear a lute either.
I'd like to hear the answer. This is the first time Vaughn doesn't have an answer.
Von's
No, I
frozen.
have to answer. I just keep getting fucking muted, so why should I bother?
Well, because you don't stop talking.
Well, none of
Do
this.
you want me to ask the question again, Von?
Well, they expect that.
I think the problem here, folks, is that he's stumped. He really doesn't know what to ask.
Once again, you're lying about me, Annabelle. Stop lying about me.
Answer the question, Von.
I'm not answering a fucking question if I keep getting muted, dumbass.
I'm not
Doesn't
gonna
make any
allow
sense.
you
So basically,
Every time
like
I try to
said-
answer the
like
question, I
said-
get muted. So why the fuck should I answer the
It's
question?
interesting, isn't it, that you've screamed and yelled at me all the time, but when I ask you a really difficult question, you say,
I
"I'm
left
not
because you
answering
wouldn't
it."
let me talk. You
I'm
kept
letting you
muting
talk
me.
now. Talk.
Holy
Talk.
shit. This
Both
is
you
rocket
quiet.
science.
Both
If I
quiet.
come into a room,
One
somebody
answer.
keeps disabling my account over and over and over again to where that I can't speak, there's no reason for me to be here. Now is there?
I recommend everybody white box on it open. It'll be better, trust me. I also thought of, like, if you actually thought that there was a clone of you out there, why would you abandon yourself?
Up with Punisher Jr.
Stop trolling, Tom. He
He's not trolling. That's actually
my ass. Does anybody kick him out? No. You all just fucking let him go, let him go, let him go. He's sitting here trolling the whole fucking room, and
He
you guys
asked you a perfectly reasonable question.
Okay, everyone's yelling.
everybody to see.
Stop yelling, everyone. No, Tom even
He
knows that
asked you,
question, so
hang
like,
on
come
a
on.
sec.
No, Annabelle, even Tom knows that question's ridiculous.
I'm not, I'm just pointing out it was a perfectly reasonable question.
It's not, though.
Remember in Star Wars, the only thing that he wanted is...
But Vaughn, no, Vaughn, but Vaughn doesn't actually think that there's a clone of him. He thinks that she stole his DNA and used that.
Ask him. I am on asking him if he thinks there's a clone of him wandering around.
Do you think that there's a clone of you wandering around?
Of course not. Don't be stupid.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. I apologize.
Well, Vaughn, I'm going to actually hold you to the question that was asked previous by Annabelle. I'm going to seriously hold you to that. Why didn't she find a rich man that could pay for all her bills, instead finding you, a man who can't even pay for the electric?
I've already explained this. Holy fuck, I already explained this.
You did not.
The government gives her the money.
And Vaughn, hold on, Vaughn.
Vaughn, me for it.
Drunk. He's explaining it. He's explaining it. Let him explain.
Yeah, but listen.
No.
Very broken home, and I can 100 without a doubt % tell you that's not how it works.
And what Vaughn's not understanding is the government might give her the money and then come for you to get it, but in the case of where someone actually had the money to pay it, it would just be paid from that person's income.
And it would be a lot more.
Voluntarily. The government wouldn't need to act as an intermediary between the two of you.
And besides, it doesn't actually do that anyway. It basically just
Have you
throws the guy
noticed,
in jail.
everybody? Have you noticed,
I think
everybody?
if you still want so much, you left.
Have you noticed, everybody, that he's done his usual trick of going for a pee when he can't answer a question?
That's a Brett Keane.
I'm gonna hold him to it.
I got a French
I'm not gonna let it go. I'm
vanilla.
gonna hold him to it.
He's got a French vanilla situation
Yes,
going
I was going to say French vanilla situation.
I got a French. Wait, Xtion, do your Brett Keane impression.
Okay, guys, I got a French vanilla situation I gotta go take care of.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm sorry, Paul's ego does the best impression of that.
He does, but Xtion is like second, I'd say. He's second.
Nah, I think Paul's is much.
I'm actually gonna go see him in Toledo here next week.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm gonna go give basically, you know how TJ said he'll shove a banana up anyone's ass if they bring it to him?
Oh, please, no.
Well, I can't shove it up my ass if I am the banana.
I mean, if you really wanted to, he'll probably just fuck you, man.
Right, can we all quiet, everybody? Drunk has got a question for Vaughn. Please go ahead, Drunk.
Vaughn, again, what you said was absolutely bullshit. I know for a fact because I come from a very broken home. In fact, the government doesn't give money like that. They would usually send the person to jail until they pay it. I know this because my father is actually facing jail time right now for my sister's child support, even though she's 24 years old right now. They never forget. Well, anyway,
No, in order to go to jail for child support, it has to be a certain numerical level, $10,000 or more.
My dad never made $10,000 in his fucking life.
No, I'm talking about how much you owe. Okay.
Exactly.
End up. No, what it is. Here's how it is. All right. They won't come after you until it's a substantial amount of money. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, whatever. It's different for each state. All right. Here in the state of Kentucky, how it works is that if somebody goes and says, "I want, child support for my kid," what they do is the government will give them the money right then, X amount of dollars a month, $200 a month, $300 a month, whatever it is. All right, and they'll give it to them. Then they come after me for the money. All right, but they give them the money in advance. The government does. Then they come after me for it. Now, then if it gets up to $10,000, I'm speaking for the state of Kentucky here, not any other state.
I actually can't.
In the state of Kentucky, it has to get up to $10,000 before I have to go to jail over it. All right.
Okay. Have you finished, Vaughn?
No, I'm not finished. I'm trying to explain this.
I have one thing to add. Then, when you're done,
we're not really covering the issue of the.
That's what I'm getting to. All right. Here's the point. The point is that the state of North Dakota, when I challenged them over the phone, I said, was there anyone there that witnessed what she did for her half of this DNA test? They said no. They said that essentially she could have took some of my hair, put it in an envelope, and sent it off to California. California wouldn't know any better. All right. They said that phrase. I took it, and I've been using it ever since. But the state of North Dakota admitted to me over the phone that she had absolutely no supervision when her side of the testing was done. Absolutely nothing. No doctor, no nothing. Nobody had observed what she had done on her side of the test. She could have took some of my hair, a piece of chipped tooth. She could have took anything, put it in an envelope,
I'm
put a name on it, and sent it
Still
away.
not getting to, hang on a sec. Still not getting to the crux of the matter. That wasn't. We get all that. We've had that. I've heard that story now about 50 times. What I'm trying to point out to you is she could have easily have done the same thing with an incredibly wealthy man who would have paid her thousands a month and not had to wait for Social Security to chase you and pay her or any of those things. Why didn't she do that?
And plus, the matter you described is not dealt with in the phone.
Because somebody that's wealthy is going to take her ass to court and expose her for fraud, okay? And they're not going to want to do that.
But you've already hang on a sec. You've already pointed out that it was fraud. You've said that you've got why.
Yeah, she defrauded two states, North Dakota and Kentucky.
If it's such an open and closed case, why don't you take it to court?
Because I have tried to take it to court. I went to my court down here and said, I want a second DNA test. They said, we can't give you one. You got to go to North Dakota. Well, I can't afford to go to North Dakota. Plus, I've got three kids to raise. So I can't go to North Dakota now, can I?
You can't afford to go to North Dakota, but you're going to spend thousands suing me over in the UK.
Yes. And then I'll use that money to go after everybody else.
Von Helton, a couple of weeks ago, it's interesting you say you didn't have the money because there was another guy in here, Brenda, and you guys were talking about software, and you said that you spent $3,000 to $4,000 on a piece of software.
Yeah, I used my Google AdSense money. So what?
So that's.
You did not make that much.
You're right. I had to wait 3 years.
That's not what he's getting at.
So that $4,000 could have, I think, taken you to North Dakota and back.
Oh yeah.
But he doesn't care though, guys, because remember, he's not paying the maintenance. The state is. The taxpayer is.
Plus that conversation he was having on the phone about the whole, paternity test, that's something they deal with in court. That I know, and 100% they do in every state deal with in the court. They never settle this on the phone. I can 100% prove this. 100% in every 50 states of America.
Drunk. It was handled in court. I went to jail over that fucking kid. You're right, it was handled in court. I went to jail over that kid, and the kid isn't even fucking mine. But nobody will give me a second DNA test to prove my innocence. Nobody will give me a second DNA test.
I believe so. I believe you.
Hang on a sec. So, Drunk, please. Okay, let's just say, why is it that you're, even though it's been proven by science, by the mother involved is saying it's you, why are you so determined it's not you? You don't have any action.
My damn kid, he don't look nothing like me, number one.
No, but you don't know that for
If it
sure.
was my kid, why didn't she give him my last name? Hello?
Well, perhaps because she's embarrassed?
No, not because she's That's
Oh God! Imagine being Von Holton's kid.
Okay, no, I'm just pointing
out. Really, my kid. Why doesn't he have my last name? Go ahead.
Because she's embarrassed that you're the father.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Father, it should have my last name. Yes.
No, that's not how it works, Vaughn.
Well, then you're full of shit, then.
Yeah, but Von Helton Jr. doesn't have your last name either. That's not
It
necessary.
should have my last name. Furthermore, I've been denied 16 years of getting to know this kid. I've not been allowed to talk to him. I've been allowed to send him anything. I've had any contact with this kid at all. My rights have been violated, and since my rights have been violated, I feel like I should.
Why would you want to know a child that isn't even yours, according to you?
Because all the fucking money that's been spent on this kid.
You're not. Whoa. You're not paying any money. Your mother pays the child.
Plus, I went to jail over this shit. So yeah.
So hang on a second. You've got to make your mind up. Either you want to be the father of this kid, or you don't.
No, I want to prove my innocence, dumbass. You don't get that?
Well, you can't get upset because you're not seeing a son that you say isn't yours, you idiot.
Oh, you're not getting this.
No,
There's all this money that's been spent on this kid. That's none of your money, right, Vaughn?
Exactly.
Actually, I did contribute money, but yes, my mother's been helping me. She has no choice. I'm unemployed, and if I go out and get a job, my wages get garnished. So I have no choice.
You'd rather sit on the internet all day. Yeah, we get it.
Go get a job, you fucking bum!
I can't get a job.
Holy shit, dude.
Because if I get a job, they garnish my wages.
Aren't you a little like old because you're bumping off your
You're not a
mom?
fucking leech
All
on
I get is
your mother.
And you live on $2.
Do that to your mother! You're fucking ancient! Your mother must be like a fossil! How can you do that to her? What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously! In my house! I literally took my mother and said, "Dude, come live with me!" And you're mooching off her! What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Show some fucking respect for your fucking... Jesus fucking Christ! The fuck is wrong with you, bud? Get your fucking ass out there and get a fucking job!
Are you done?
Stop having your mother pay child support! That's like the most fucking thing I've heard of!
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done! Seriously, man! Take my
Are you done?
decisions!
Are you done? Are you done?
Coach, calm down.
Yeah. I wish, what's interesting, good old Charlie, you never told me you were in Little You never told me that. Why? I could have come paid you a visit. But you never told me that shit. Gee, why is that, Charlie? Was you afraid of getting beat up in front of your daughter and your grandson? Is that why?
It sucks having a debilitating disease. I mean, you can look at me on this video and you think, well, he's up walking around, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but what you don't see on the camera is the pain in my feet and legs. You don't see the swelling. You don't see where my skin's all going bad and shit. Yeah, from that lymphedema, No cure, and some cases are even life-threatening. Luckily mine is not, thankfully. But, yeah, bad news. Bad news. Any troll or hater that wants to trade me their good legs for these bad ones, I'll gladly trade you. I'll gladly trade you. Just hit me up, man. I'll gladly trade you your good ones for these bad ones any day. Well, Von Helton needs to get a job. Well, first of all, I'm going to be 56 here in just a few days. So I don't think they're going to take a 56-year-old that's pretty much disabled. Plus, in addition to the bad feet and legs, I've got a hip trying to go out. I've got a back that's already went out. Hence why I'm sitting down. But You know, like I said, if there's anybody out there who wants to swap me feet and legs, hey man, I'm okay with that. I'll gladly swap. Give me your good feet and legs, I'll give you mine. Give me your good back, I'll give you my bad one. Give me your good hip, I'll give you my bad hip. We'll see how that works. Because I guarantee you, you wouldn't last a week. I'm surprised I last as long as I have, but I have. But I'm a stubborn old git, as they say, and I don't believe in giving up. So, no, enough of a break. We'll be back at it.
I'm at YouTube, and I'm going to read this message that was sent to me. It says, Dear Vaughn, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the trolls deliberately cut out the story of how you met your wife at the bus station. Would you please reiterate that for a video so that we have it for posterity? Yeah, I will, actually. I will do that. I wasn't going to do it, but you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because it's important that I do it. So yeah, I will do that for you. Alright. But before I do that, I have to back up and give you some history on, you know, how that all came about. Alright. And by the way, this leads into why I will not become a Christian unless she walks through that door. Because I'm getting chided over that. I'm getting chided over the fact that, oh, well, you're setting conditions on God. No, God set the conditions a long time ago, and I'm going to explain. Alright. I married Pamela Sue. We both worked at a nursing home. And I married her. I met her at work, and we married. And, you know, things were going real good with our marriage at first. And, you know, but as the days and months and years rolled on, you know, things started to change. We tried to have children twice, and both of those children died. And it tore up me just as much as it did her when they died. Okay, especially with Clayton. But anyways, the point is that after a while she stopped touching me sexually. Pamela Sue did. In fact, she would go months at a time without touching me sexually. And somebody notified me, said, you know, keep it to yourself, but we saw somebody, a stranger, going into your house. And I'm like, oh really? And they're like, yeah, we saw some strange man going into your house. And I'm like, oh. Let me tell you something right now, gentlemen, all you guys listening. If a woman ain't touching you, she's touching somebody else. But see, I was young and stupid back then, and it didn't dawn on me at first. And I actually let that shit ride for months, you know. And then finally somebody told me, said, well, you know, we saw a strange man going into your house several times. And it's like, oh, okay. So my neighbor says, hey, we got a contracting job to do some finishing work on some bathrooms and some closets down in Florida. Do you want to go? I'll pay you. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go. I need the money, right? So so me and him went down to Florida, and I conveniently took the phones with me. And the reason why I took the phones with me is because she was calling him to come over, and so I took the phones with me so she wouldn't be able to call him. All right, but she was literally sleeping with another man in my bed and using my telephone to do it. All right. So, and I will prove this, you know, later on in the story. But anyways, so me and him went down to Florida. We did that finishing work, and then I come back, and of course I got yelled at. You took the phones away from your wife. Blah 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 blah. And I tried to explain to my mother as subtly as I could what was going on, but she wasn't hearing none of it, right? So, you know, needless to say, Pamela whined to Mom, I don't have a phone. And she was right back to calling this guy over to the house to have sex with him. Alright. But anyways, obviously this led to the divorce. The 2 dead children and the fact that she was sleeping around on me obviously led to the divorce. And so, you know, that is when, you know, the 25 years thing comes in, because I rededicated my life to Christianity. And, you know, it's like, okay, you know, I need a wife. You know, it's been a while now. I need a wife. I want to move on. You know, let's get serious about, you know, finding me a wife. And that was the time when I received that word. You have a great and glorious future that'll benefit all of mankind. And I believe I even saw JC, all right, or some, or an angel or something. You know, it literally grabbed me by the chin and raised my face up, and I saw this bright entity. You know, call it whatever you want. I don't care. I know what I saw, and I wasn't hallucinating. But you know, and it's told me, it said, you have a great and glorious future that'll benefit all of mankind. All right. So, you know, but that, you know, so I said, well, you know, well, surely this means, you know, they're gonna, you know, God's gonna send me a wife, and I'm gonna have a lot of kids, and because I want a large family. I've always wanted a large family. My mother comes from a large family. My father comes from a large family. I always wanted a large family, always, and there's security in a large family. See, so you know, I'm like, well, this, you know, surely this great and glorious future means that I'm going to be married, and I'm going to have a lot of kids, and you know, I'm going to have a wonderful life, etc., etc. And you know, so days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and I'm sitting there praying to the Christian God, begging Him for a wife. You know, and it, you know, and I know it sounds like I sat in front of the TV set all those 25 years. No, I didn't. I had to work. I was working. I was going out places. I was going to the grocery store. I was out doing shit. You know, God could have put a woman in my path, but He didn't for 25 years. And in fact, not even my one-night stands were working anymore. Those all dried up. Okay? So I didn't have no one for 25 years. And then finally, in an act of desperation, I chucked it all out the window. I chucked Christianity out the window. I threw it in the trash. I said, "Forget this. If God is so weak that He can't even send me a wife, why the hell do I need to be a Christian, right?" So I chucked Christianity in a trash bag, can, and I went on SinglesNet, and I bumped right into Andrea. And no, I did not talk about conspiracy stuff on SinglesNet with Andrew. We did discuss marriage, children, sex, and various and sundry other things, but we did not talk about conspiracy shit. That didn't happen until she got here. Anyway, we were talking on SinglesNet. I did not have a paying account to SinglesNet. She did, so she had to communicate with me. But it was okay. She liked older men anyway. That's what she told me. Alright, so I'm like, well, you know, can you come up here? And she's like, I don't know, I'm having a hard time. I don't know if I can, you know, and I'm like, well, you know, now see, I remember, 25 years, folks, I had been talking to women to try and get a girlfriend, a wife, anything at that point. And so after 25 years of waiting, I'm like, well, you know, Andrea, you're just like all these other women I talk to. You're never coming up here. You're just scamming me, or you're playing me, or whatever, and you're never ever coming up here. And she's like, yes, I will. I will figure out a way. I'm like, well, you know, I'll believe it when I see it. And then one day she calls me and says, I'm on my way. And I'm like, whoa, what? You're what? Yeah, I'm going to be getting off the bus in London. And I'm like, oh shit. So, you know, I got myself cleaned up and, you know, got everything ready to go, and got in the car and got up there at 3:30 in the morning, because I misunderstood when the bus was arriving. Because the bus didn't arrive till like 7 or 8 in the morning. So I was there from 3 in the morning to 7 or 8 waiting on it.
damn near missed it because I thought I was going to oversleep, but I didn't. And naturally, the bus would have to pull around to the other side of the building from where I was parked. So I had to start the car up and drive all the way around to the other side where the bus was. And so I did that. And, you know, obviously the bus driver got out of the bus, he lifts up the doors on the bottom of the bus, and he's pulling out all these bags, right? Got the bags all piled up in a big pile. And so I'm sitting there in my car, you know, waiting to see if I could see somebody that might look like her come off the bus, right? And so I'm waiting there, and it was really funny because it looked like the bags moved, right? And I'm like, now, I don't do drugs, I don't do alcohol, I'm not hallucinating, but I could have sworn them damn bags moved. And I blew it off, actually. I said, well, maybe it was the wind or something, or maybe the bus driver bumped them or some shit, right? So I blew it off. But then they moved again. And it's like, Then they moved a third time. And it's like, okay, I gotta get out and I gotta see this, right? You know, stupid me. I gotta get out and see it. It could have been a monster or something for all I knew. You know, but I gotta get out and I gotta see it. I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. So I get out of the car. That's still, you know, the people are getting off the bus, and I didn't see anybody that looked like Andrew, right? So I got out of the car, and I go up to the mountain. Now, you understand, Andrea's only 4'11", okay? The bags were easily taller than she was, easily. All right, but anyway, I get out, and I go over to these mountain bags, and here's these two beady little eyes sticking out from these bags. And it was just so goddamn cute. It was just so goddamn cute. And I literally fell in love with her from that particular moment. In fact, not only did I fall in love with her, I actually picked her up and I twirled her around in the middle of the parking lot. I was so happy. Guys, you have no idea. I couldn't even get a girlfriend. I couldn't even get a one-night stand. I couldn't get nothing. Nobody. Nada. Zip. And now here finally is somebody back in my life. No more hugging a pillow no more. No more worrying about whether I would ever have anybody or not. You know? Because there she was. And I was just absolutely elated. And I fell in love with her. It was just so goddamn cute, you know. Her peeping from behind them bags was just so goddamn cute. And I fell in love with her right then, man. I really did. And she's like, "What are you doing? You know, everybody's watching." I said, "I don't care." And I told her that. I said, "I don't care." I didn't tell her I fell in love with her though. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. Maybe that's what I done wrong. I should have told her right then and there that I fell in love with her. Maybe that's where I fucked up. But anyway, point is, I picked her up and I twirled her around in the middle of the parking lot. There was this one particular guy. He was a black dude. He was sitting there looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?" You know? But I don't care. I didn't care. You know, I had found me somebody finally. I was in love and I had found me somebody. But I did. I literally fell in love with her right then and there, man. Bam. It was just so fucking cute, her peeping from behind them bags, you know. And she brought the ungodliest amount of shit with her when she come here. She did. But, you know, it's a shame, guys. It's a shame because she's out there believing that I never loved her. The trolls on YouTube have literally brainwashed her into thinking that I don't love her. And that is a sin. That is a sin. Yes, even if you're an atheist, it's still a sin, damn it. But I mean, seriously. And she has actually been brainwashed into thinking that I don't love her and that she doesn't love me. And that is wrong. That is fucking wrong. Well, Von Hilton, it ain't illegal. Well, it might not be illegal, but it sure as fuck is immoral. And as a matter of fact, it is illegal. It's called criminal coercion. Look it up. It is illegal. And the trolls are going to find out just how illegal it is, too. But anyways, the point is that she's running around telling everybody that I never loved her, and that's a goddamn lie. And she's running around telling everybody that she don't love me. That's a goddamn lie, too. because you never ever stop loving someone. I still have feelings for Pamela. Okay, you never stop loving someone. That's a goddamn lie. You might have conditions where you don't want to be with that person, but you don't really stop loving someone. That's a goddamn lie. Alright? But Andrea's believing this shit because it's been pounded into her head for the last 4 years. You gotta leave your husband. He's dangerous. He's this. He's that. You gotta leave your husband, Andrea. You gotta leave your husband, Andrea. You gotta leave your husband, Andrea. Pounding it into her head for 4 years. Well, Von Helton, she could have clicked that little red X and not listened to what they say. Yeah, she could have. But you know what? She's young. She's impressionable. She's naive. She is not a kid. Quit that shit. That's stupid. Does she have a mall mentality? You know, the 18, 19-year-old mentality of going to the mall all the time and buying a bunch of shit? She's got that mentality, but she's not acting. You know, somebody said, well, she's just got the mind of a child. No, she doesn't. She was an honor roll student. She does not have the mind of a child. She has the mind of about an 18, 19-year-old. I give you that, because she wants to go to the mall. She wants to go out here and spend money like water. But that doesn't mean she's a kid or a child. All right. Anyways, point being is that from the time I saw her in that mound of bags, I fell in love with her. And I'm still in love with her right now. And it's just a goddamn shame that a bunch of fucking assholes on the internet ruined my fucking marriage. Now, were they the only reason? No, maybe not. You're right. Maybe they aren't the only reason. But they sure as fuck are implicated. They sure as fuck had a hell of a lot to do with it. But she needs to come back home. But she's got a social worker talking into her ear. Oh, honey, you don't need to go back to him. You don't need to go back to him. And Andrea's too stupid to realize that everybody that is talking to her is her enemy. And they want to destroy her marriage. They want to destroy her life. They want to put her in harm's way. And Andrea does not understand that. See, I've been 20 before. I made a shit ton of mistakes when I was 20. And I've tried my level best to protect Andrea and to not let her make those mistakes. And I'll be goddamned if now she's going to be out there on the streets making the same fucking mistakes I made. The same fucking mistakes I made. She's making the same mistakes I made right fucking now. And she's going to get hurt. She's really, literally going to get hurt as a result. Because I made those same mistakes. But see, nobody gives a fuck. That's the point. The only person that gives a fuck about Andrea is me. Nobody else gives a fuck. Not even the judge cares about Andrea. To the judge, all Andrea is court case number 149 out of 160. And that's even that social worker, she don't give a shit about Andrea. Andrea's just a number too. I don't know what kind of, I guess some kind of like stock number or something that they use. I don't know what kind of system they use. And Jerry sounds like he's moving the furniture, so I gotta go. But anyways, nobody gives a shit about Andrea except me. I am it. I am the only one. All these people having cyber sex with Andrea, they're not having cyber sex with Andrea because they are attracted to her. They're not having cyber sex with Andrea because they love her. They're not even having cyber sex with Andrea because they want a piece of ass. They're cyber sexing with Andrea because she is my wife and they know it hurts me and it hurts her. That's why they're doing it. But see, Andrea doesn't understand that. She doesn't grasp that concept. She doesn't understand. And nobody in authority will sit down and explain this shit to her. They won't do it. Why? Because they want her marriage destroyed. They want her life destroyed. They want her to go out here and take risks and end up getting hurt or maybe even killed. Because they don't give a flying fuck. She is just another number to them. Let's be honest here. Let's put all the cards out on the table here. And I know some people are going to try and get pissed off at me. Well, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm telling it straight. I'm telling it like it really is. She is nothing but a fucking number. And when that divorce is final, they ain't going to remember her from Adam. They're not going to give two shits about her ass. And she's going to go out here and she's going to get hurt. Just like I did. But oh, we gotta destroy that Von Helton's marriage. We gotta destroy it. What the fuck? Why are they so obsessed with destroying my marriage? Well, doesn't anybody have a pair of balls strong enough to go and ask these motherfuckers on YouTube, hey, why are you so fucking hardcore about destroying this man's marriage? What the fuck gives with that shit? Why do you hate this man so much that you would destroy his marriage and leave them children back here without a mother? People need to start asking questions on YouTube. Hard questions. But everybody's fucking ballless. I ain't gonna get involved, man. I'm not gonna get involved, man. Maybe you should. Maybe if people were on these trolls' ass a little bit more back then, I wouldn't be going through this shit now. You think? Right, Mr. District Attorney? Yeah, everybody's got a piece of this pie. Ain't nobody got clean hands on this shit. Even I myself will admit that maybe I should have spent a little more attention to her, gave her a little more attention. Maybe I should have. You know, I'm willing to bend that. But I never abused her, I never hurt her, I never threatened her. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. But see, Andrea didn't know what the fucking EPO was. They talked her into getting that goddamn thing. And they knew it would ruin my life. They knew it would. Just like they knew that when they talked her into converting to Christianity, they knew it would cause strife in my home. Because I'm a pagan, she's a Christian, we would be unequally yoked, and it would cause strife in the home. And they knew it. That's why they compelled her to become a Christian. That's why they did that shit. That's why they wanted her to go down here to this church and be a Christian. Because they knew it would cause strife in the home. And they deliberately told her, said, now don't tell James about this. Make sure you don't tell him. He wouldn't understand. Yes, I do understand. When you're unequally yoked, it causes all kinds of havoc. Like, say, wanting to celebrate Easter 3 times in a row. Jeez, oh Pete. Anyways, the point is that I do love her. I did love her from the moment I saw her. From the moment she got off of that bus, I fell in love with her. I did. And it's a shame that these fucking trolls are going to get away with destroying my marriage, because they shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. They shouldn't. They need to go to jail. According to the Old Testament, every one of them should die. And speaking of the Old Testament and New Testament even, where is a woman's place according to the Bible? With her husband. Oh, so if Andrea really is rededicated her life to Christ and has become, is serious about being a Christian, then she needs to come home. Because if she doesn't come home, she's violating the Word of God. How many people in her church told her that little story? None, I guarantee it. None. But anyways, that's enough. I've rambled on. I don't know how long this damn thing is. Probably a fucking hour by now. But anyway, I gotta tend to Jerry anyway. He's back there moving the furniture. But anyways, I wanted, like this email says, for some reason they omitted the story of me meeting her at the bus because they didn't want Andrea to hear that I loved her.
Right in the middle of the interview, she is not well, folks. All right, she's not. She still, to this day, hears voices in her head telling her to kill her husband and her children. Okay, so she is never going to get the kids. She's never going to see the kids. Because as long as she's hearing voices in her head telling her to kill her husband and her children, she will never be allowed anywhere near her kids again, ever. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. No judge in their right mind is going to allow a woman that wants to kill her kids to get anywhere near them. Okay? No judge with any sanity, that is. So no, she's not. She said she wanted money to see the kids. Well, who the fuck's she going to pay off? She going to bribe the judge?
We're trying to get my family off of assistance. Hello? Chip-in box, anyone? That's the idea. Get my business up and rolling again. and get off of assistance. Unfortunately, about that time is when all this bullshit with the trolls and the CPS and whatnot got started. Okay, so yeah, actually not much. So to answer your question, no. In fact, when we merged our accounts per the government's wishes, I lost any and all benefits that I had. Now, the wife got to keep hers. The kids obviously get to keep theirs. They're infants. But I lost everything. I didn't get to keep nothing. Not one thing. Now, I'm head of household, but that's just a title. Doesn't mean squat. I don't get anything. They get the benefits, not me.
Read it with me, class. Just have to say something here. Anyone who thinks this group is about trolling people or laughing at their ignorance and stupidity is way the fuck off. The very next post underneath that one. Someone gave me a link to Irv's LinkedIn page, laughing that he calls himself a CEO. Oh, and let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see here. 10, 11, 12. We got here 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, excuse me, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. Hang on here. So 60, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, hold on, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I think I've made my point, right? But we're not trolling anyone. Oh, no. No, we're not trolling anyone. That's a lie. We're not trolling anyone. Oh, wait a minute. You've got 100 posts about someone named Von Helden, and you're not trolling them? Really? Really, motherfucker? What planet do you live on? Because I live on Earth, bitch. You got 100 posts about this Von Helden guy, this evil Von Helden guy, but you're not trolling anyone? Do you really think anybody with a brain the size of a pea is going to believe you on that? No, they're not.
Does your daughter know that, Charlie? What does your daughter think about that, Charlie? Huh? Does she know? Did you tell her that part? Oh, you conveniently left that part out, didn't you, Charlie?
100 posts. And I could have kept scrolling. I just decided to stop at 100 since it's a nice round number. 100 posts. But, oh, we're not trolling anyone. We're good little angels. Right, Charlie Miller? Because that's who that is. Schneider Handyman. His name is Charlie Miller. His name has been in public domain for over a year. Sorry, Charlie. But only the best tasting tuna gets to be Starkist. Yeah. Good old Charlie here. His name is public domain, okay? So I can use his name. Which I'm sure he's flabbergasted over, but I think he made a post about that too. He used my real name, I can go after him! No, you can't. If your real name's been out in the internet for over a year, I can use it, bitch. Sorry about your luck. Maybe you should have done a better job hiding your name, right? But no, once their name has been out on the internet for over a year, I can use it. Sorry, that's the law. So good old Charlie Miller here, otherwise known as Schneider Handyman, otherwise known as Father Judgment, otherwise known as Midnight Rider 13, I think it was. Yeah, he's had a few different name changes over the years because there for a while YouTube was actually enforcing their terms of service and banning his fucking ass. But then there was some kind of epiphany and revelation at YouTube, and they decided, no, we'll just let people troll the fuck out of this poor guy for the rest of his natural life, meaning me, and everything will be just ducky. Now let me tell you something, folks. I talked to a rapper, or not rapper, a punk artist, punk rocker by the name of Jaja over on MySpace. We had a nice little chat. She has an attorney on retainer. Or at least she did. I don't know what she's doing today, but she had an attorney on retainer. And she told me, she said, anytime somebody uses something of yours, that's $2,000 to change. She said, doesn't matter what it is. It can be a picture of you. It can be a comment you made. It can be one of your videos. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, that's $2,000. I said, are you crazy? No. How are you doing this? She said, I have a lawyer on retainer. I have an attorney on retainer. And every time somebody uses my shit, they pay me $2,000 or we go to court. And so, so look at 100 posts about me, about yours truly. But they're not trolling me. No, of course not. Of course not. 100 posts about me, but they're not trolling me. So says Charlie Miller. They're not trolling anyone. And I'm not the only one, too, by the way. I mean, they've got Brett Keane on there. They've got G-Man on there. They've got this new guy called Trailer Elvis, or something to that effect. And they got Nick Bravo on there. They got a bunch of other people on there. But I mean, 100 posts, and that was just what I was able to give you in just a little bit of time. I mean, hell, I could have kept scrolling, right? I mean, this thing goes on for years. I could have kept scrolling, and there would have probably been 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 posts about me. But they're not trolling. Oh no, they're not trolling someone. No, of course not. Fuck, no. Okay, so it's all bullshit. Charlie Miller here is trying to cover his ass, and it ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna fly because, I mean, that's what this entity on Google Plus is. The trolls, the haters, and the naysayers. That's what they do. They troll people. It's in the name of the fucking room, for fuck's sake. It's in the name of the room. Trolls, haters, and naysayers. It's what they do, is troll people. But I just have to say something here. Anyone who thinks this group is about trolling people are laughing at their ignorance and stupidity and way the fuck off. Yeah, 100 posts laughing at me, disparaging me, slandering me, libeling me, defaming my character. But they're not trolling me. Yeah, okay. All right, sure. Who has delusions of grandeur now, Charlie? Who has delusions of grandeur now, buttface? Yeah. In fact, I wish, what's interesting, good old Charlie, you never told me you were in Little Italy. You never told me that. Why? I could come pay you a visit. But you never told me that shit. Gee, why is that, Charlie? Was you afraid of getting beat up in front of your daughter and your grandson? Is that why? Is that why you never told me? Me and you was about same weight, same height, same build. It would have been a fair fight. And hell, I got bum legs and bad back and a fucking hip going out. I still kick your fucking ass, bitch. Absolutely. Right there in front of your family, 'cause I don't give a fuck. After what you did to my family, you and your buddies, of course, because you didn't do it alone. I figure fair is fair, right? You destroyed my family, I destroy yours. Fair is fair, ain't it, bro? I mean, you're running around saying what you guys do is totally normal and totally legal to do. You destroyed someone's marriage, Charlie. You destroyed someone's finances, Charlie. Now, you didn't do it yourself. You did it with all your buddies here on Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers, and over on YouTube, and wherever the fuck else you're hanging out, Daily Motion Lively, MySpace, wherever the fuck you're hiding, Facebook, Twitter. So you had help. You didn't do it yourself, obviously. But, destroying someone's finances is pretty serious, Charlie. You run around telling everybody I'm a fucking deadbeat father, I'm beat my wife, all this other bullshit you fuckers are putting out there. And that costs me money. Money in the real world. That's actionable in a court of law. So if I was to show up in Little Italy and beat your ass and it went to court, all I got to do is show them where you cost me shit tons of money. And then the whole horse gets flipped around on the cart, doesn't it? Because then now we got the cart in front of the horse because your fucking ass goes to jail for ruining me financially.
Does your daughter know that, Charlie? What does your daughter think about that, Charlie? Huh? Does she know? Did you tell her that part? Oh, you conveniently left that part out, didn't you, Charlie?
But you didn't want that, obviously. And you didn't want to get beaten up in front of your daughter, right, Charlie? No, of course not. So you neglected to tell good old Irv that you was in Little Italy. Yeah, you wouldn't tell me that shit. Because I'd have showed up, bitch. I'd have been there. I'd have been there with bells on. I could imagine the look on your fucking face when I showed up. It would have been awesome. But anyways, enough said of that. The point is that you're a fucking coward. That's all you keyboard commandos are, is a bunch of fucking cowards. Because not one of you is gracing my door. Not one of you. But anyways, good old Charlie, flat out lying here. The name of the group is called Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers. They hate on people, they troll people, and they naysay people. That is the name of the group. But this dumbass said, we're not trolling anybody. 100 posts, just about me. That's not counting Brett Keane, Nick Bravo, G-Man, or anybody else. That's just mine. Okay. So now see, the problem is this violates Google's terms of service. So where's Google at, Bob? Why haven't they taken it down? Because nobody flags it. Nobody flags the channel, and so Google won't take it down. The only time Google does anything anymore is if their bots do it. They don't do anything personally. They let a bot handle it. So you have to keep flagging until the bot finally catches it and fucking does something. Otherwise, nothing gets done. Either that, or Google is complicit in their criminal actions, in which case I'm going to be a very, very rich man if I can ever get an attorney. So, But either or, it doesn't matter. The point is that this guy is obviously full of shit. You don't sit there and post 100 posts about somebody and not be trolling their ass, right? Anybody that thinks he's telling the truth is a moron. All right. Now, having said all that, I have somebody that genuinely does not like me, but has some things to say. And we're going to see it on the other side of the break here, what this individual has to say. And, we'll see what happens with that. So, without further ado, let's get into it. There's only one right answer. Either I'm right, and the trolls and haters are guilty of numerous crimes, and they have and they have absolutely no right to do what they've been doing for the last 10 years. Let that sink in, folks. 10 years they've been doing this shit. All right, so there's something off there somewhere anyway. But they've been doing this shit. They've been harassing me for 10 years, and they believe that they're perfectly allowed to do that. They're allowed to destroy someone's marriage. They're allowed to destroy a young girl's life, literally, and drive her into an insane asylum. They're allowed to get kids taken away by CPS and abused under foster care for no legitimate reason. They're allowed to harass me, slander me, libel me, and defame my character for years, even before Andrea come up here. Because they'll say, oh, we're doing it for Andrea and the kids. We're doing it for the kids. It's for the children. No, because there were years that they were harassing me before Andrea even come up here. So no, it has nothing to do with Andrea or the kids. It's the fact that these people are evil, and they do what they do. Now, they say they are well within their right to harass the fuck out of somebody for 10 years. They're well within a right to destroy their marriage. They're well within a right to get their kids seized, even though there was nothing wrong. That's perfectly okay. They actually believe that shit. They believe that's okay. And so we're going to find out from this gentleman whether it is okay or not. All right, so without further ado, here we go.
Hello, Navy Medic USMC and Southern Raven 1969. I'm making this video response to you because you want to make claims that I'm Von Helton. As you can see, I am not Von Helton. I have all my teeth, and I can grow a beard. So that being said, don't ever refer to me or make claims that I'm Von Helton again, because I think he is truly a repulsive and repugnant individual. He lacks any morality, any education, and he's quite frankly full of shit in my opinion. That being said, I still think he has the right to express his views and his opinions regardless of how messed up they are. Now, you want to sit there and tell me that your behavior is okay, you justify it by stating that you're not breaking any laws, that it falls under fair use, that the videos are for parody, for entertainment, they're just for calling him out on his bullshit, and to you that your opinion and your freedom of speech gives you the right to do so. Which, in certain instances, it does. You do have freedom of speech, you have the right to report on things. But I want you to understand some common, pretty basic things, okay? One is intellectual property rights. Everybody who creates content online owns the intellectual property rights to it. Now, when you take somebody's entire content that you either record it live from a show and try to say, well, he was put on a live show to the public, that means that I can record it, and post it online, la la la. I hate to tell you, no, you can't. Now, don't take my word for it. I would suggest you go to an attorney and ask them. Now, when you do this, what you're doing is called cyberstalking, because you're not there to listen to his video. You're not there to record it because you want to share great information that you find useful to others, because we all know he doesn't put that kind of information out there. You're doing it because you want to grab something that he may do, he may say, or whatever, and you want to use it to make him look foolish, stupid, ignorant, which he's already done that. He has already done it, so I think what you're doing is beating a dead horse. I mean, and you say that this behavior is okay. When you do it just once or twice, then you're doing it for constructive criticism, you're doing it to report on something or whatever the case may be. Then it will fall under fair use. But I want you to understand that a large portion of your video needs to be your own content. You can't sit there and post his entire video and then just add some text to it and say that it's fair use. It truly is not. I mean, and you know, a court will decide what's fair use and is not. I'm not a court. I'm not a judge. So let them decide this. But I honestly am telling you that I don't believe that what you're doing falls under fair use, and I don't think any judge in the world would either. What you're doing is you're taking his content in its entirety, you're putting it online to just attack him, insult him, berate him, humiliate him, and it's harassment, it's cyberbullying, it's cyberstalking, it's criminal. Now, when people are dedicating their entire channel to him, it's becoming obsessive. It truly is, and it's an unhealthy obsession. Not only is it criminal, it's juvenile. Now, you guys want to condone your behavior, you want to condone your actions, and I truly think that's ignorance on your part. Now, every law, or every state has laws and statutes which define cyber stalking, cyber harassment, cyber bullying. And I'll give you links to those laws for each state. It's a page that has all the states and all the laws that are on the books. Now, look at what you're doing, and look at the definitions in these laws, and tell me with an educated guess that what you're doing is okay, is justifiable, and you're not crossing any criminal boundaries. Okay? So do that for me. Otherwise, what you guys are doing is just truly showing me your ignorance and stupidity. Now, Von Helton, this video is really going to help you. Like I said, I don't like you, but I'm going to give you links to a link to a pro bono website. It's an organization, well, they have many organizations in Kentucky that operate pro bono, which means they don't take any money from you. They help people that are low income, or pretty much just need the help and assistance. All you have to do is take all the the YouTube channels and websites that are about you, that are dedicated to you, that say whatever about you. And don't worry about what is in the content, what they're saying, or any of that stuff. Just gather it all up and contact one of these organizations and give that information to them. Let them review the material. They will then get in touch with you and let you know if they can do anything for you, which I believe you really do have a good case. Now, if you people think that your actions are within the boundaries of law and you have a leg to stand on, then by all means, continue with your videos. But I despise people like you. It's one thing to hate somebody and not like somebody and call them out on their bullshit, but it's another thing when you relentlessly and continuously do it without letting up. Just look at the videos on YouTube. I mean, Jesus Christ, people. It doesn't take a fucking college graduate to figure this out. All it takes is some basic understanding of the law. Do a little bit of research. Look at the laws in your state. Go to the FBI website. They have a internet crimes division that you can go look at and find out what they consider cyberstalking, cyber harassment, and cyberbullying. You guys have put yourself in a position where, to me, you fall into the same category as Von Helton. I'm disgusted by you. I think that you're pathetic. I think you're childish. And I really do think you have a lot of growing up to do. And for you, Navy medic, with a PhD and as educated as you are, you of all people should at least have the common sense and intelligence to know when people cross a threshold between just voicing their opinion and harassing and stalking and bullying somebody. If this happened to anybody in your family, you would be up in arms about it. So don't tell me that you wouldn't. Just because you don't like him, that your emotionally fragile ego was hurt because he blocked you, and that you feel compelled to continuously make video after video violating the law. I mean, to me, that's just utter fucking stupidity. It truly is. Now, that being said, Mr. Von Helton, I'm going to go ahead and do you the biggest favor ever. I'm going to post the link, and I'm going to show the website here on YouTube so that you can see it, so that you can use that information. And I hope you honestly do gather up all the material and contact these pro bono attorney organizations. Okay? I do think you have a leg to stand on. I do think you are within your right and the law to do so. I think that you do have a case. Now, what they will have to do is, once they do take your case, of course, they will take it to the court. They will have to get an order from a judge to contact YouTube's legal department and acquire the IP addresses and the information that are linked to the individuals in question. But you need to do this. You truly do, because I just don't tolerate bullshit. I don't tolerate bullies. I don't tolerate harassment. I don't tolerate assholes, period. Now, I'm an asshole, you know, and if somebody doesn't want to tolerate me, I understand their position, because I can be a raging asshole. I mean, I'm not going to deny it. You know, when I see stupidity, I call it out for what it is. When I see ignorant people, I call them out for what they are. But I don't cross the line of breaking the law and have criminal behavior. I don't sit there and continuously make a video to defame him, to discredit him, to attack him, to poke fun at him, to bully him. Whatever your fucking excuse is, which is truly pathetic, it's still breaking the law. Now, continue with your ignorance, continue with your stupidity, but Mr. Von Helton, please contact these pro bono attorneys. Get the names of the individuals or the YouTube accounts, get the links, put them all in an email. If you have to write to them by email, call them on the phone and find out, you know, if you can email this stuff to them, let them know that it's coming. Talk to an attorney there first to find out what your legal standards are, and take care of the fucking situation. Now, you people who are continuously making these videos, if you're not using a proxy, I truly hope that you... No, I don't truly hope. I really don't. You better hope that you are in the right for what you are doing. Because it's obvious that your mentality hasn't grown past that of the high school level. You guys got this gang thug mentality, and actually what you're doing is you're rallying others. You guys are putting videos on here, you're rallying others to take your side, to attack him, and it truly is criminal. You better hope that you haven't broken any laws, which you obviously have. I mean, it is such blatant disregard for the law when it comes to the cyberbullying, harassment, and stalking laws. So this is going to be interesting. I'm almost willing to give Mr. Helton the money, or at least contact an attorney for him in Kentucky. If he would give me his personal information, his address, and stuff like that, I would love to contact an attorney. And I'm willing to put up a retainer for an attorney for him, because I want to see how this turns out. I want to see just how right and how wrong you are. So good luck to everybody. Mr. Helton, you blocked me, so I can't really contact you or give you a link to this video. I might have to make another YouTube account so that I can give you this link. But please contact me. Send me a message. I would like to work with you on this. Trust me, I don't like you. We don't have to like each other. Get in touch with me, and let's work something out. Let's see what we can do. Let's see where the law goes with this, and find out exactly who is in the right and who's in the wrong.
All right, folks. There you have it. Now, if you still think that you need to be watching these trolls' videos and you need to be siding with them, you're in for a big surprise. If I can get a hold of an attorney that'll take my case, these people are going to jail. I'm not just going to sue them. See, what you got to understand is when I sue these motherfuckers, if they find that criminal activity has taken place in the course of that court case, if they find that criminal activity has taken place, what the judge will do is they will take said criminal activity, bind it over to a grand jury, and then that person will also, or could also, be prosecuted criminally. Okay, let's say, for example, I take one of the trolls into court and I sue him. And in the midst of this court case, we find out that this person has committed an actual crime. Bestiality, pedophilia, beating their wife or their husband, slandering somebody, defaming somebody, whatever. That information would be given to a grand jury, and then that person would be bound over to a criminal court. That's a fact. That shit happens. Oh, yeah. and I sat on I was a jury foreman for 2.5 years, and I've seen these court cases actually work. It'll be a civil case. They'll find information that's criminal. They'll bind it over to a grand jury, and then that person will then go to court over a criminal case. Okay? So just because I sue them doesn't mean their little trip, their little foray to the great state of Kentucky would be over. Because then we get to find out what crimes they committed, if any. And if the court finds that they did in fact commit crimes, oh boy, then they really do get to go to Hell Cell. They're over on Google Plus making fun of Hell Cell, by the way. I wouldn't be doing that if I were you guys, because Hell Cell's a real place, and you could be going there. So, just saying. But for those of you that are kind of on the fence about this shit, for those of you that think that they may have a right to say whatever the fuck they want, no, actually, you don't have the right to say whatever you want. You can't yell fire in a crowded room, for instance. Okay? You don't. You don't have a right. You don't have the right to slander somebody. You don't have the right to libel somebody. You don't have the right to defame their character. Okay? And when you go around making false accusations that I beat the fuck out of my wife, and then they run that fucking machine over and there's not a mark on her nowhere, even under her skin, guess what that is? That's slander. That's libel. That's defamation. 5.5 years Andrea lived with me and not a mark on her nowhere. Nowhere. Not even under the skin. Okay? So, I'm sorry, but, it's wrong. What these trolls and haters and naysayers are doing is wrong. If it was merely a simple disagreement, that would be one thing. But these people plotted to destroy someone's marriage, someone's livelihood, their finances, tried to get their kids taken away from them, and then even tried to buy the kids in one instance so that they could brainwash them to hate their father. Isn't that just nice? Isn't that just ducky? Yeah. Nice group of folks, that. All right, so understand, folks, that... if you're even hanging around with these people on even a temporary basis, stay the fuck away from them, because when the drag net goes out, you could be caught in that net with them, and I don't think you want that. Because I feel that there's going to be something happening here real soon. Really soon. I don't know what it is. It could be I win the lottery. It could be that the gods go and just kill them all. Who knows what the fuck's going to happen. But I do feel like something is going to happen soon, because they can't... Karma, the karma that they owe for what they've done to me and my family is it's off the charts, man. It's off the fucking charts. Okay, you can't owe that much fucking karma without something getting ready to go. And I mean big. Something big. Okay? There were certain individuals that were trying to steal my inheritance, and the gods are like, and they're no longer around. Literally. They are literally no longer around. They tried to steal my inheritance. It's documented that they did so, and the gods are like, you're out of here. You're gone. Just that quick, man. Just that fucking quick. All right, so... these people are playing with fire. They just don't know they're playing with fire. And they better watch themselves, seriously, because as the song goes, that 1980s song says, this ain't no party, this ain't no disco, this ain't no fooling around. All right, this is hardcore. This is real shit. And something's got to break. Okay, this can't continue on for another 10 to 20 years. Okay, something's got to break. Something's got to be done. And it's only going to work out to my benefit, because if I end up being able to sue Google and YouTube over this shit, which I clearly could, because YouTube and Google had the power to stop this shit 10 years ago. So if I sue them, the windfall on that could be billions, literally billions. Not to mention going after the trolls themselves. Even if the trolls don't have any money, it's the idea of the thing. You don't get on the internet and harass the fuck out of people for 10 years. Okay, that is, not only is it stupid, but it might even be a mental issue, okay, with them, not with me. It's ironic they keep saying that I'm the one with the mental issues. No, I think when you're following somebody you don't even know for 10 years, that might be a mental issue. It'd be one thing if they were a fan of my videos, if they were, if they were actually learning stuff from my videos and gaining in knowledge, that would be one thing. But these people clearly state that they're not, okay? So there's a psychosis there, isn't there? Yeah, there's a fucking psychosis going on there, big time. So anyways, but, now we've heard from the horse's mouth, so to speak, from somebody that has, degrees and shit. Yeah, I don't know if, well, you can't hardly see it, but that white square behind his head there, that's a law degree, okay, and it's hanging on his wall.
Come on now,
so, yeah. So anyways, or at least it looks like a law degree. I'm not really sure, because it's kind of blurry, but kind of looks like a law degree. It looks like a degree of some kind, but I can't quite make it out. Anyway, point being is that this is a learned man. He went to years and years of college, and so, yeah. There you go. So, we'll find out what's going on with that, and I'm going to get off of here and see what my kids are up to. They're back there killing each other, I think. I'm kidding. Holy shit. Fucking trolls. Von Helden's kids are killing each other. It is Von Helden's fault. No, they're back there playing what they're doing, but, of course they scream and hoop and holler. That's what kids do, But in any event, we're going to get off here now, but now you've heard it from somebody that actually does have degrees hanging on the wall, which to me doesn't mean much, but, I know some people that shit's important to them, so whatever. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Y'all have a pleasant day. Better tomorrow.
Does your daughter know that, Charlie? What does your daughter think about that, Charlie? Huh? Does she know? Did you tell her that part? Oh, you conveniently left that part out, didn't you, Charlie?
Get rid of worry in a hurry, chase the blues away. Just laugh and be happy all the day.
Wait a minute. You weren't expecting me to like Chinese food after spending about 90% of my life taking martial arts.
I think that was a.
You're self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit. And I've earned my right to say it. Okay?
Stop crying, you sniveling ass. Stop your nonsense.
Come on now, laugh and be happy, and the world will laugh with you. When people see you smiling, they can't help smiling too.
Should have put you in a
when
glass
you look out the window to a dark and gloomy day,
Man's got to know his limitations.
the gloom will go away. So laugh and be happy with a merry melody. A song will make a hat rack look like a Christmas tree. Get rid of worry in a hurry, chase the blues away. Just laugh and be happy all the live long day.
It's still real to me, damn it.